The streets of Lagos pulsed with chaos as if the city itself were holding its breath. The team moved through the crowded alleys of Apapa. The smell of diesel and salt water thick in the air. Massive shipping containers loomed above them like silent sentinels, casting long shadows under the harsh glare of floodlights. Agu checked his weapon, his eyes scanning the labyrinth of warehouses and docks. Amaka was beside him, her movements precise, her focus razor sharp. Kule positioned slightly ahead, crouched behind a stack of wooden pallets.
Target's in sight.
Kule whispered into the comms, his voice barely audible over the distant hum of a container truck. Through the binoculars, Agu spotted the convoy, a series of armored trucks surrounded by armed men in military fatigues. The center was the prize, crates of weapons bound for General Bako's forces at Ikoyi.
Looks like they are ready for a war,
Amaka murmured. They won't get the chance, Agu replied. He glanced at Kunle. We take out the guards, secure the shipment, and send a message they won't forget. Kunle nodded, pulling a detonator from his vest.
I rigged the access road. One time the kill zone, I'll blow it.
Agu's hand tightened on his rifle. No mistakes. This has to be clean. The convoy rumbled closer, the sound of heavy engines echoing through the dockyard. Kunle's fingers hovered over the detonator, his breathing steady.
3, 2...
The explosion tore through the night, a deafening roar that sent shockwaves through the air. The lead truck was flung sideways, its tires shredded and its frame crumpled. Panic erupted as guards scrambled for cover, their shouts drowned by the echoing blast. Agu and Amaka moved in tandem, their weapons spitting fire. Agu's injured side protested with every motion, but he pushed through the pain, his focus unyielding. Amaka's shots were precise, each one finding its mark. Kunle! Secure the rear! Agu shouted over the chaos. Kunle sprinted towards the remaining trucks, his movement quick and deliberate. He lobbed a grenade over the second vehicle, the resulting explosion sending debris raining down.
Target neutralized.
Kunle reported, his voice calm despite the carnage around him. Just as the team began securing the crates, a new sound pierced the night, the unmistakable drop of helicopter blades. A spotlight swept over the dockyard, bathing them in harsh white light. Reinforcement! Amaka yelled, ducking behind the containers. Bullets rained down from the helicopter's mounted guns. Agu gritted his teeth, his mind racing. Kunle! Get those crates loaded! Amaka! Cover us! The three worked with desperate urgency, the relentless gunfire forcing them to move in quick bursts. Amaka fired an helicopter, her shots bouncing off its armored hull.
We can't hold this position!
Kunle shouted. Agu's gaze darted around the dockyard, landing on a nearby crane. An idea sparked. Amaka, keep them busy. Kunle, get to the crane. Kunle didn't hesitate, sprinting towards the towering machine. He climbed swiftly, his movements fueled by adrenaline. Agu laid down covering fire, drawing the guards' attention away from Kunle. Kunle reached the crane's control booth and quickly powered it up. The massive arm began to swing, its metal cable swaying dangerously. Amaka, pull back! Agu called, his voice cutting through the chaos. Amaka sprinted toward him just as Kunle released the crane's load, a massive shipping container. The container slammed into the helicopter, tearing through its rotor blades. The aircraft spun out of control, its tail smashing into the dock before erupting in flames. The explosion lit up the night, the shockwave knocking the remaining guards off their feet. Now! Agu shouted, grabbing one of the crates. Together, he and Amaka hauled it toward the getaway truck, the sounds of siren in the distance pouring them on. Kunle descended from the train, joining them just as they finished loading the last of the crates. Move, move, move! Kunle backed, slamming the truck's tailgate shut. As the truck sped away from the docks, Agu glanced back at the flames rising against the Lagos skyline. The convoy was destroyed, its cargo seized, and Bako's forces dealt a devastating blow. In the truck's cab, Kunle smirked. That should get their attention. Amaka laid back, catching her breath. We just made ourselves Bako's #1 problem. Good, Agu said, his voice steady despite the exhaustion creeping into his body. Let him come. Sorosoke isn't going anywhere. In a shadowy office in Ikoyi, General Bako stood before a map of Lagos, his fist clenched. They hit the convoy, Adisa reported, his tone clipped. The weapons are gone. Bako's eyes burned with fury, his voice low and venomous. They've embarrassed us, turned the city against us, but they have only delayed the inevitable. He turned to Adisa. Double the patrols, lock down the bridges, and find out where they are hiding. I want Sorosuke wiped up the map. Adisa hesitated.
Sir, with the convoy destroyed, our plans for Operation Iron Fist
will proceed as planned. Bako interrupted, his voice cold. We may have lost this battle, but the war isn't over. As dawn broke over Lagos, the team regrouped in a safe house deep in the heart of Surulere. The battle had just been won, but the cost was clear. Agu's injury had worsened, his face pale as Amaka tended to him.
This is only the beginning,
Kunle said, his voice somber. Bako won't stop till he crushes us. Agu met his gaze, his expression resolute. Then, we'll have to crush him first. The distant hum of the city filled the room, a constant reminder of the fight that lay ahead. Lagos was on the brink, and Sorosuke stood as its last line of defense.